Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your host with the most, Francois878, finally bringing you another video after about a week-long hiatus. I promised myself I want my next video to be Update 13 in Warframe, and if they had released the update on time, it would have been fine. Unfortunately, they did not. They waited a week, so I was like, well, I'm just going to farm and get stuff done here. But basically, Update 13 introduced Melee 2.0, which is a complete revamp of the Melee system. They introduced a new Warframe Hydroid. They introduced new maps on Ceres, one of the planets, as well as a few new enemy types. As you can see here, the prosecutors. And they revamped a boss. Vayhek has been revamped and given his own special map, and it's a lot of fun. We're going to be looking at a little bit of Melee 2.0. We're going to be looking at the new Katana. We're going to be looking at the prosecutors and Vayhek in this video. First and foremost, though, I'd like to talk about Melee 2.0. It's a complete revamp and a much-needed buff on the melee system. It includes channeling, which you can see right there. My sword is actually glowing. Basically, I'm forcing my Warframe energy into the sword, and it makes it deal significantly more damage, and it's wonderful. And it's super awesome. And basically, it's easy to do. It's not a complicated thing. So it's a lot of fun. Then the next big thing they introduced along with channeling is the combo system. Now you can find stance cards for your staves, for your swords, for your fist weapons, for your katana, whatever, and you can actually do different combos now. And the enemies are disintegrating because I'm channeling the energy. That's what channeling does. It basically disintegrates enemies. It's great. And you also die to water. Neat trick. But these combo cards basically give your melee weapons different combos, and basically you can stun people, you can do AoE damage. There's a bunch of different new stuff you can do with the stance cards, and it makes each specific weapon feel much different. Before, in Melee 1.0, it was just smash E until hopefully you killed the dude you were killing. Now there's a little bit more finesse, and there's different combos. There's even different combo cards for each sword. So there's 2 swords, there's 2 staves, there's 2 fists. So you have different combos even among specific weapon types. But the levels that you see me playing right now are obviously of course you would know that, are the shipyards on Ceres. These are a map type that we got a preview of in the Formian Core event that was a few weeks ago. Actually, probably about a month and a half ago now. Well, we were stealing the shield cores and the power cores from Vayhek the first time. And these maps are a lot of fun. I like them. They're very interesting. They have a good combination of, what's on the inside and what's on the outside. Sometimes maps are, you're in the ship the entire time, and that's just no fun. I will say the game developers have given this particular map a lot of attention, in that there's a lot of... it feels very dark and just poisoned, and I just really like this map. It's just very... You feel like you're on a Grenier planet. You really do. And I love falling off of the edge of stuff. That's awesome. Yeah, these maps are still a little bugged out. Sometimes the mini map doesn't know exactly where to go, and it's a little confused sometimes, but it's not too bad. But right here you see me swinging around the Dragon Nikana. Which is the, basically, it's actually the best melee weapon in the game right now, and it's a lot of fun to use. Anyway, so you see the Guardsmen here, which is the new enemy type. They're similar to the Prosecutors, except they're just a little weaker. The Prosecutors are the special new enemy. They're only weak to one specific element. and they're not weak to the secondary elements, which is everything I use. So it's a little bit of a pain to kill them. But these prosecutors drop special materials that you use to craft keys to get here, which is the Vahek fight on Earth. He went into hiding, and he just does a creepy laugh. You didn't miss anything. But basically, Vahek has been completely revamped. He used to be just a basic Grineer fight, and he was a little, he's a little tougher than your average Grineer, obviously, but, it was not an impressive fight by any means. And he had a lot of bugs, too. He would fall in a pool of water and just stop moving. You just couldn't finish the fight because he was invincible. It was really crappy. But basically, the first part of the fight here, you're fighting him, and he's up in the air in his little mini ship here, and you basically just have to wait for him to open his face mask up. And once he opens it up, you can shoot the crap out of him. If you you can't hurt him unless his visor's open. And yeah, basically, this is the first part of the fight. You just kind of follow him around and hear him talk. He has some really good lines, and I think they're kind of funny. And he's also the first boss to speak in English, as far as I know. I think at least have like a full dialogue like this, except for maybe. Oh no, he doesn't. So never mind. Yeah, he's the first boss to speak in English, and it's a really interesting fight. But yeah, this is again on Earth, and I've always really liked the Earth environments too. Speaking of environments, the Earth environments are always very well done, I think, and it's definitely a lot of fun to play. But while we're hunting down Vahek here, I'm gonna go back into a little bit of Melee 2.0 and the katanas. Basically, the katanas are the new big weapon. They're what people have been excited about for months, and basically, it's just a basic katana. There's the Nikana katana, and there's the Dragon Nikana katana. The Dragon, they're both purchasable in the marketplace, which I don't like. But the Dragon is actually the strongest single-hit melee weapon in the game right now, which I don't agree with, because I don't think the strongest melee weapon should be you just pay platinum and you get it. But, whatever, it's not a big deal. But I really like the katanas. I haven't had the chance to get a stance on them yet, because they're very, very hard to get, and they're very rare. But I'm super excited to use the katana. I think it'll be a lot of fun to use and to enjoy, and I think there's always been a lot of different melee weapons in this game, and that's cool. The problem is that until Melee 2.0, it was kind of useless. They were kind of useless. It was a risk versus reward kind of system. Should I walk up to this dude and get killed and not kill him, or can I stand 30 feet away from him and shoot him with my assault rifle? It's not worth it. But here we are in the last part of the fight here. Basically, you chase him down through the map to this room, and you have one more sequence of fights here. And I'm just trying to pick off some Grineer. That's the really annoying part of this fight, is not the waiting for his faceplate to open, but taking care of all the little Grineer minions that he has. But yeah, so you just have to wait for him to get close enough here. I don't want to start talking again because I know he's super close. There we go. Again, another great line from Vahek. He's got the funniest lines. I love him. And we've also seen now that Vahek plays Titanfall. So, yeah, this is the next part of the fight, the Terraframe. Basically, he gets into a giant mech suit, which I totally saw coming, for the record. Like, is ridiculous. And that's the end of the fight. Normally that is much longer, but we had a really good team. Basically, he hops around and uses like global missile strikes, and it's a pain in the butt fight. But we had a real good team. But yeah, then basically you get a piece of Hydroid, and that'll be part 2. Is I'll be highlighting Hydroid and all that fun stuff in part 2. Please come back for that. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.